At 15 years old, I felt like shit. I spent my days scrolling, gooning, gaming, and I did not go outside. But then at 16, I was able to turn my life completely around. I started waking up at 5 am. I did 11 good self-improvement habits daily. I grew my channel from 0 to 700 subscribers, and I could easily stick to my daily disciplined routine. And this was simply because I'd learned the power of a progress mindset, a mindset that actually made leveling up easy. It made progress feel comfortable, effortless, and almost easy. And I was now leveling up daily whilst actually enjoying it. And so if you follow along with this video, you'll get the exact same results that I just explained to you. So first, you need to understand that we need to tap into the masculine want for progress. If you don't already know, masculine men are driven by competition, status, and progress. And for me, one of the biggest things is progress, because back in when I was 14 years old, I played a lot of Rocket League. And it wasn't so much like the competitive ranking up and playing the game that I was addicted to, but it was more so investing and trading items in the game. I remember I bought the things so I could start trading. It was like 500 credits, you have to buy them and then you could start trading. And within 1 month I had made those 500 credits into like 3k credits. And you might think, oh yeah, but that's not much. But after a few months more, and I literally also got scammed doing this, like I lost all my credits, I had to start all over again. But I ended up having an account that was worth 100k credits. Genuinely, bro. I don't know if you've played Rocket League, but if you have, you know how much 100k credits was back then when we could like trade in Rocket League. And I know you might be thinking, why am I explaining this? Well, I wasn't addicted to trading. I was addicted to the progress it gave me, getting more money, getting the nicer car, getting the decals, all these things. That was what I was addicted to. That's why you also felt so competitive when you played video games. You wanted to win, you wanted to level up, you wanted to progress. And that is a masculine want. And we can turn that shit away from the video games and we can get it onto the real things in real life, the boring habits. So, how do we make the boring habits feel like a video game in real life? So, there are 3 habits that we need to destroy depression. Gratitude journaling, meditation, and going out into nature. I won't go too much in depth on these because I've already made videos on it. There is the how to destroy depression if you're 15, 16, 17 and 18 video. You can go ahead and watch that first. This is more so on how to use the progress mindset on how to like get that done. But obviously, if you already know what these habits are, they're more boring than gaming. And so there is one way that we can make these tasks just as enjoyable as gaming. We want to emulate the feeling of progress and XP and leveling up, and we do this by making a progress bar, kind of like a daily task feature where you daily feel like you're ticking off the thing and getting closer to leveling up. Basically what this is a habit tracker. So every single day where we do these 3 mental health habits, once you've done the habit, you tick a box on the habit tracker and you basically track how well you're doing all these habits. And what this will do for you is that suddenly you feel like you get the instant pleasure, the instant feedback loop from doing that boring habit. Because before you had to wait like, I don't know, a couple of weeks for like meditation to actually make its impact on you. But now you can get the daily feedback today by just ticking off a box immediately. So I made a template for this that I will link in the description, the habit tracker, but you'll see it on screen right now. This is the habit tracker I use. Simply put down meditate, gratitude journaling and nature on top of it, and then every day you just tick the box once you do the habit, and if you miss it you cross the box. And this also adds a level of accountability because now you don't want to miss a box. Now you don't want to be the guy who missed one day. It feels horrible to see those unticked boxes. It feels like you missed a day of daily tasks in video games, like you didn't even try to level up. And so now this habit tracker has acted as kind of like the XP bar, the progress bar, getting closer to leveling up and filling it out with all ticks. And now you've basically gamified your life with daily progress instead of having to wait weeks for the results from all these habits to come. If you want more specific advice like this with trackers and methods on how to build discipline, achieve your goals, improve your mental health and stop scrolling your days away, then you can go down into the first link in the description. It's my self-improvement club. It's the thing we have here in the background as well. So yeah, there are a few mistakes that many beginners make when they make their first habit tracker. So I want to make this session on kind of like troubleshooting your habit tracker, so you make sure it works perfectly for you and that you don't have any problems with using it. I've spoken to so many beginners trying to make their habit tracker, and they always told me, oh yeah, it doesn't work. And there are 5 like main reasons as to why this is, and once they fix all of these 5 ones, it works perfectly just like I intended it to do. So the first one is having your tracker on your computer. There is just something about having your tracker on paper and like ticking the box manually that gives the actual sense of dopamine, instead of just clicking like a box and a check mark appearing. And another thing with doing it on your computer, most likely you'll forget, because like it's not just like in your vision. So that's one thing, you have to do it on paper. And now the second thing is that you need to hang it on your wall. Again, this is to create more awareness around your habit tracker, and specifically, this is where it gets autistic. Lie down in your bed and look where your eyes go in the morning and hang it exactly there. That is the point that I have mine, as you'll see right now. I have mine literally right by my bed so that I can't unsee it, and it always holds me accountable. The third thing that many beginners do wrong is that they try to do a lot. They'll hear me saying, oh yeah, meditate, and then they try to meditate 10, even 20 minutes tomorrow. But simply, you're not capable yet. Your ego thinks you're way better than you are, but to be honest, bro, it's way too hard for you to do that. And then people often quit because like, oh yeah, I'm going to meditate for 20 minutes a day. And either they procrastinate or they do it and they just never do it again because it's way too hard. So just do the bare minimum. 1 line of gratitude journaling, 1 minute of meditation, just going for a quick walk outside in your garden maybe. And then there is the fourth thing, which is putting too many habits on the tracker. So right now, as I said before, we just want the 3 habits that I mentioned on the tracker. If you put too many, you'll overwhelm yourself. You have to do way too much stuff for the day, and you'll just quit because it becomes way too much for you. And the last one is that you maybe tear it up after a few days. You ruin the habit tracker. You take it down the wall because you missed a few days. That's exactly what the habit tracker is for, bro. Like, why are you tearing it down? You literally made it so you could track your progress and see when you're not doing it and when you're doing it. This is to hold you accountable. You can't expect to get a perfect tracker. In fact, if you just get 1/3 of all of the ticks right, that's way better than what you're doing right now. So don't tear up the tracker, hang it there. Every time you now look at your tracker and you see those unticked boxes, those crosses, I want you to get kind of pissed off and thinking, shit, I can do better. I can do those things. I don't want to be the guy who doesn't tick off his boxes. That's what the fucking tracker is made for. It's to hold you accountable. So don't just tear it up when it doesn't go your way. Now, if you fix these 5 mistakes, bro, the system will work perfectly and you're ready to fucking change your life and easily become addicted and get this progress mindset. Because turning my progress mindset on was literally the only way I was able to change my entire life. And if you want to get more advice like this, again, top link in the description, my self-improvement club. Alright mate, that was it. Put one foot in front of the other.